Tension is high in eastern DRC, with the government threatening to disarm all rebel groups in the country. Congolese army spokesman Olivier Amuli says all militia groups must lay down weapons or face the consequences.
And it's the time for them to disarm peacefully, and they cannot. I suggest them to don't wait for a dealing by force, because we have also capacity for that.
This warning follows an attack on an M23 position by unknown gunmen. The M23 reportedly countered the attack, and the armed men ran towards a MONUSCO base before being fought off. The injured, now in hospital in Goma, claim to be civilians who fell in the line of fire.
MONUSCO troops decided to shoot at us. They shot one person in front of me, and I carried him. On carrying him, I was also shot, and they killed 2 other people. After that, they killed 2 more, and 3 were injured.
MONUSCO Forces Commander Santa Cruz defended the attack, saying their position was threatened.
What you mean civilians? That's the question. If they are with weapons and they attack our posts, they are not civilians. They are combatants or criminals. And then we are respond properly.
The head of the M23 delegation in Kampala, meanwhile, accuses Kinshasa of arming militias against them.
A big number of militias, which in their mind, and which are being armed by the government, and even FDLR, those armed groups coming from neighbor countries, they are all being armed by the government. So the government is doing a war through other organizations, through other groups.
Several rebel groups are said to have established base in eastern DRC and have destabilized peace in the country. The latest clashes between ADF rebels and Congo government soldiers sent over 18,000 refugees to Uganda, and the numbers could swell to 30,000 according to the Red Cross. This as UN deploys a combat brigade of 3,000 soldiers. MONUSCO confirms the Malawian soldiers will arrive in Goma in a few weeks. While DRC government forces demand that all rebel groups be disarmed, it leaves question marks on compliance, especially with the M23, who still think a political solution can be reached with Kinshasa through the Kampala talks. Ayesiga, CCTV, Kampala.